feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful audience. Give yourself some applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my
Hey, everybody. If you're not watching Jay-Z and Beyonce, please be tuning in to 30-something podcast.
We're here.
We are here. We're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm your co-host, Drea. We have Lisa.
Hey, y'all.
And we got Miss Miko. What's up? And back from the motherland. We got Miss Shay. Miss Shay. The princess of Zamunda has returned.
Hey, Shay.
Yes.
Y'all got Biddy laughing.
So, we are so happy to be here, and the weather is looking like hella sketchy right now.
Right.
But we're gonna roll with it, and hope everybody's staying dry. So we always want to give a shout out to Mr. J. Rhodes and the Beats Ain't Free movement for the beat. Never get tired of hearing that song.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody that's been riding with us for this time that we've been on. What's it been since March, you said?
Since March 20th. That was the first show.
March 20th was the first show. Boy, we done did some addition, subtraction, multiplication, division.
All the math.
Right. Right. Yes. Amen. So what we're going to talk about first and what now is, I just want to segue with this. I'm so tired of talking about this. Not this case in particular, but I'm so tired of talking about police shootings. I'm tired of this happening to us as a culture, or just in America. Like, it just shouldn't even be a thing. And I don't even know what the resolve is at this point, or if this is just life is how we have to accept it. But last week, right here in America, at our doorstep in Dallas, we had what is being literally down the street from here.
Right.
What is being described as the worst police shooting yet. Botham Jean was a 26-year-old man. He was a graduate of Harding University and a risk assurance associate of PricewaterhouseCoopers. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he worked for Pricewaterhouse. He has a loving family, and he was a man of great faith. He led praise and worship at church. He had no criminal record, no priors. They couldn't criminalize him at all.
Because that's important.
Everyone who knew...
Because that's important.
It is important. Because it changes the narrative. So, well, their narrative, not ours, right?
It's not really important.
Right. So, everyone who knew him spoke highly of him. He was known for being the man with the huge smile. His mother stated in an interview that he loved mankind and he wanted all of us to unite. So, however, on the night of September the 6th, white female officer, 30-year-old, she'd been police officer for about 4 years, Amber Geiger, she completed her 15-hour shift and left for the evening. She states that she walked up to what she believed to be her apartment. Like, she clocked out correctly, she drove home correctly.
But we want to acknowledge her narrative has changed.
Right. So, we'll get into that in a second. It's okay.
We got a lot of interjections.
This is working.
I interject.
Lisa has been on fire about this whole thing. So, and we all have. We all have. It's not just her.
Too.
Right.
Go ahead, Dre. I'm sorry.
But she walked up to what she believed her to be her apartment at the Southside Flats apartment building. The apartment she was actually at, like, she stayed on the 3rd floor and he stayed on the 4th floor. So the apartment she was actually at belonged to 26-year-old Botham Jean of St. Lucia. Within moments of arriving at the doorstep, Officer Geiger was ultimately confronted by him, where she made the life-ending and life-altering for herself decision to unholster her state-issued firearm and fired 2 rounds, striking him in the chest and ultimately killing him. Wow. So we'll talk about her less than forthcoming ass statement in a minute. But it's very important to understand how what role the media plays in this, right? So almost immediately his name was given, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't release her name. They didn't say who she was, what she was. We didn't know if it was a female.
We was Google searching hard in a month to figure out who she was.
Right, and
his name was released.
Yeah,
immediately.
Name and picture.
Right. And they released her information about 48 hours later. So Chief Renee Hall, she reported after a short investigation and a blood draw for toxicology, they issued an arrest warrant for manslaughter. And the warrant was then turned down by which we can't determine because so many lies have been told and so many, well, I'll say so many false truths have been told about this, whether the original warrant was turned down either by the Texas Rangers or by the magistrate. So the investigation was then turned over to the Texas Rangers. 3 days later, after pressure from the public, the police union works out a deal with the Texas Rangers where she goes and she turns herself into Kaufman County Police Department, and she's booked on a manslaughter charge, and she's processed out almost simultaneously as she's been booked in, right?
15 minutes later.
Yeah, like literally, and they take her out the back door to
That was
avoid
so fast.
all of
$300,000.
that.
I done bailed some people out into
Hours.
This is
She went through like she was at
money.
Chick-fil-A.
Hours.
hours.
It was like
And
she
you
went
go
through the
right
Chick-fil-A
away,
line.
you know?
Right.
Wow.
So this is, I mean, obviously the work of the police union, and
Work of the devil.
and that's
Did I say that out loud?
that's why they're in
did.
place.
Okay. Hey,
Um,
Popo.
So now we have to wait for the grand jury.
On a weekend, Staten said you.
Right.
On
a
Sunday.
weekend, right?
On a weekend.
On Sunday.
How did she even see
What,
the
the
judge?
Cowboys still playing?
Were the Cowboys still?
It was prearranged.
I thought the
Yeah, it
judge
was.
supposed to set the bail.
It was
Normally
like
you
a
gotta wait
$5
the weekend,
hot and
right?
ready.
Yeah, it was the weekend. It was when did it happen on Friday?
No, it happened Thursday.
It happened
Thursday.
Thursday.
She wasn't arrested until Sunday.
So
So
she
I
was
was
able to
very
be
curious
seen on
as to
Monday.
see who actually signed off.
Oh, she was able to be seen
So
on Sunday.
Sunday, that's what
Because she
I'm
got out
saying.
15 minutes later.
She wasn't. I mean, she didn't have to be seen.
Seen to get a
person.
bun.
Right.
Oh, you
So
don't have to. Okay.
I just needed a magistrate to sign off on it. But anyway, so
Let's get to this.
so now we have to wait for the grand jury and the district attorney to decide on an indictment, if any indictment at all, for either manslaughter or for a higher charge.
Right.
So the probability of them actually going for a higher charge and getting the higher charge is like next. I won't say next to none because I always want to have hope, right? So, but it usually goes that the prosecution goes in for the highest possible charge ever, right? So it murder to whatever, and then they go down from there. So I mean, the likelihood of them going from manslaughter to murder is just pretty much unheard of. But you know, we will hold out hope.
Well, the
So-
people have been
Yeah,
down
go
on
ahead.
Who?
Lamar.
That someone asked a good question. Who paid the bail?
The police.
The police
union.
association,
Yeah,
the police union.
I asked that
They
same
they
question.
always pay the bill. So like when
But I don't think they should have paid the bail when she
that's what
was
you paid
a
for.
citizen at that time.
No, she
wasn't
was not.
on
When you
duty.
are, I mean,
because
I
she had
understand
her
what you're
uniform
saying,
on.
but she had
Right.
her uniform on. She acted. She pulled her service weapon. She was still.
Well, she
a
had it
police
on for a
officer.
reason so that she could give that false narrative.
So even when you're off
'Cause it
duty,
sound like
the
she went
police
home.
union still
Yes.
represents you and
Yes,
protects you.
even if you are like
So the people of
out
Dallas
with your
County, their
family
tax dollars
at a
are paying
concert
for it.
and
wow.
something like
I
pops
guess
up,
I can
because once you're a
understand
police
that.
officer, you're always a police
Because
officer.
I work for the government, so if something was to happen outside of work and you needed some assistance with
May still
your
have
job,
you.
you need some assistance with your job because this is gonna affect her job, then they would be involved.
At any rate,
Right.
But
So
I don't know
Can
how
we
I
talk-
feel about
after 3 days of
We talk
being
about this
coached,
P-fob.
after 3 days of being coached by a legal counsel, right? Her
she had
by the
some
team.
PR people, legal counsel. She had,
Yeah, well, girl,
everybody.
Olivia
Listen,
Pope.
you must be aware of what your
She had
tax
Olivia
dollars
Pope
are
come
funding.
Right.
An affidavit by Officer Geiger was given and released by the Texas Rangers. Okay, so she says that she mistook his apartment for hers, and she got off on the wrong floor. She didn't check the apartment until after she shot him. Right, so
That red rug.
she says she got off at about 10 p.m. Now, his family said that he had a half moon shaped red rug in front of his door, which is actually
And his neighbor.
still in front of his
And
door.
his neighbor.
And that he was
Yeah.
a very meticulous person.
Right.
He wouldn't just
He wouldn't leave his door unlocked.
But they said they were doing some type of investigation with his phone. That his laptop was destroyed, but they were going to check his phone because someone was saying maybe he was expecting a guest, and that's why the door was unlocked.
I don't know.
But the residents showed on Facebook, shout out to Facebook, is detectives, how the doors automatically close. You can't really leave the doors ajar.
And and so she said she got off her shift around 10 p.m. She said she parked on the 4th floor. She said that he was home. She inserted the unique door key with the electronic chip into the door key hole. The door, which was slightly ajar upon her arrival. Hold on. So let's stop there. If the door is slightly ajar, why would you even attempt to stick your key in the door?
I'm trying to just not say no smart comments.
I mean, and here's the thing. So
she gonna try to make us
with
feel
this.
like she was a white woman in a horror movie.
Right. So the door's ajar.
See what happened, girl. Bye.
So the door slightly ajar upon her arrival. She fully opened the door under the force of the key insertion.
That's what they said. That's what she and her team said.
Right. And so after that, my phone is bull crapping. So after that happened, then she said she saw the silhouette of a man.
A big black man.
She didn't say that.
No.
She said a man?
No, she said a silhouette. She was very particular about the words that she chose to use.
Of course, because you don't want to say big black man because then it identifies a racial issue. But what about her brother?
To get story together.
Well, they had 3 days.
Sorry. But do y'all remember they showed a picture of her brother throwing up them white power gang signs?
I did. I never found the picture, but I saw someone mention that she.
I screenshot. I have it. I posted on my Facebook. If y'all want to see it,
you did.
But it's kind of like
go to your Facebook.
It's kind of like you remember when they let Angela off this week.
Yeah, the devil.
And then she had all those hours to get their story together. That's exactly what happened.
But my phone is little. I mean, here's the thing, and I know everybody don't want to hear about people being detectives, but it's a serious crime that we as people who live in Dallas County, live in Dallas-Fort Worth, deserve to know the truth, what happened, not to be sold and spoon-fed lies. And like Drea was introducing, you talked about how the media has, I mean, they're just painting this perfect picture. I work 14 to 15 hour days. Y'all be careful out here in these streets. Because apparently I can say that I was tired.
Okay, so she said
like, that's
and
ridiculous.
I can walk in on you at your home.
Once the door was open, she saw John across the room. She described him looking like a large silhouette because it was dark inside. She said she believed he was an intruder. So an intruder, that's okay. So Geiger drew her firearm, gave verbal commands that were ignored by John. The affidavit, let's see. As a result, she fired her handgun 2 times, striking him 1 time in the torso. She then went into the apartment and called 911. She turned on the lights, and when the dispatchers asked where she was, she returned to the front door. But if you knew so much that you was in your apartment, why the F did you even go see?
Naturally give your address at first.
Right.
Liar.
Why would you even go to the front door?
Pants on fire.
That's a good point right there.
So
why did you go to the front door?
Right.
Double check. Because when she turned the light on, she like, damn, that ain't my couch.
The Facebook detective, shout out to Jimmy. We argue all the time, but Jimmy been on it being a Facebook detective. He pulled up the layout of the Southside Flats apartments, and from what he pulled out, allegedly, those 2 units aren't even laid out the exact same. Although they're on top.
Something that said that
one is above
laid out.
Yeah,
the exact same way.
But I mean, you know what your furniture look like. Oh, and wait a minute, let's not forget about Toto. She had a small dog.
Oh, she had a dog.
So if you
now you know
her dog would have been barking and greeting her walking in the door.
Yeah, come on.
And don't you know the smell of your house? Y'all don't know. Y'all know. I know how my house smells. Smell like pizza.
So then there has to be some type of motive, right?
What you mean she's trying to get off? Like,
no, I'm saying what?
Oh, the motive that she had for doing it?
Yes.
No, I mean, in all honesty, I think it was
negligent.
I think it was negligent. I think she was being absolutely stupid at that point. We don't know what the tax screen says. She could have possibly been under the influence. For her sake, she should have been under the influence because nobody cognitively gets off work, cognitively drives, cognitively parks the car without hitting another car, gets out, walks up to a door, you have sense enough to grab a key and try to stick it in the door,
Yeah.
but then you are at the completely
But here's the problem. The story has changed so many times. First it was I got off the elevator on the wrong floor. Now it's I parked on the wrong floor. And then let's get into the fact that that's her new story.
She parked on the fourth
Parked
floor.
on the
So you
wrong
wouldn't
floor.
have had to get on
But
the
she
elevator.
but initially
she
on
just-
I think it was Channel 5 and I got that screenshot too where they gave a story that she said that she got off the elevator on the wrong floor. She put the key in, tried to get in, and all that other stuff. It's totally different from
Right.
I've seen
what we
some
have.
reports that there were neighbors that said that they heard beating on the
Right,
door.
so
And
that's what I was
and
gonna get
open
into.
the GD door. I'm not cussing today.
There are two lawyers. So Lee Merritt is representing the family in the case. So there are two witnesses who are sisters and residents of the apartment complex. This is from the Star Telegram, y'all. But they happen to give contradict the affidavit that she gave.
Right.
One happens to be in a quiet room reading a book, so she was in the best position to hear things. She heard pounding at the door. The other one was in the living room of her own apartment watching TV. She also heard the same pounding on the door. He said the key witness who was reading the book heard shouting. She heard "let me in" followed by "let me in" an elevated tone, and she heard more pounding at the door. Then shortly thereafter she heard gunshots. The witness went to her sister's apartment to see what was going on. And found her sister outside investigating gunshots. The witness grabbed her sister and urged her not to continue investigating. The sister says, "No, it's okay. I see a law enforcement officer. I think it was probably a controlled situation." He said one of the witnesses said she heard gunshots, which was likely John's final words after the gunshots, which was, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" And there was nothing heard after that.
Wow.
So there were so many indicators that could have told her that she was not
But
at the right
I want them to
apartment.
stop releasing so much information from the witnesses that contradict her statement because all they're gonna do is just go and put together, more lies as they have.
Well,
statement.
because here's the
Is
thing.
that how it's typically done?
Well,
I try to
I
stay
say
on
this:
the
if
right
they're
side of
releasing
the
that, whatever they do have, because everybody knows that those apartments have cameras.
In the
But I
halls?
don't
That's what I've
understand if
been
you
wondering. Are there cameras in the hallways? Oh, okay. So
If she
I
real-
bet the
get to
tape
see
is
what
gonna
happened at the
mysteriously not have been working that day.
No,
That's great to hear.
But who was supposed to be in the house if she banging on the door? It's like
I'm saying, let me in.
No.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin, but I'll huff and I'll puff.
right. I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
but
I'm just tired of this lie, so
and
gotta laugh to keep
and
from
I
crying.
think what it is that
Right.
the public is upset about the lack of transparency with the case, and that there has to be something
Yeah.
that they're covering up, not necessarily covering up, but something that they're withholding that is key to that answers all of the questions
Well-
that everyone has. And the thing is, she's the only person that can actually speak and say and give
And
her
that's why
version
she's
of what
lying
happened.
so hard, 'cause
A dead man don't tell no tales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a report that there is something in their the report for their apartments where she had made some noise complaints
About
against
him. He was walking too hard
Oh,
or something
she
like
was-
that.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It,
See, I was
might
wondering.
not have been him because the way the acoustics work in apartments, and I know this because I had a disgruntled, angry white neighbor who ran up on me one day before I went to Junior Olympics for the same thing. And I had to tell her to fall all the way back. But at any rate, it wasn't me. She was like, "You've been stopping for 2 hours." And I was like, "Ma'am, I just got home 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about?" So it might not have even been him because the way that acoustics are set up in the apartments, you can hear the person next door
Right.
to the person above you and think
But she
it's
still
him.
made those complaints.
But
Yeah,
my
but she
thing
made
is-
those complaints. So did she come home late that night and she was like, "Damn it,
sick of this."
his ass is up there again."
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
And
But
no,
I-
my
and
thing
then she
is,
went
I
up
have
there.
been questioning if they had some type of run-in
I
or
can't-
some type of
right,
tie or
altercation.
some type of connection. Yeah,
I
that's
think
interesting
that
information.
I
hope
think
they
that
don't do that,
she's
Shannon.
I think she's telling a half truth, right? She's telling a coach statement.
Omitting
She's
information, which is a
she's
lie.
doing what they've been trained to do. So there was a protest last night. It was about roughly 100 people had gathered outside of DPD last night. They were protesting, and they split up into two groups. And one group headed down Lamar and turned right on Cadiz, and they were met by police officers, and one of those police officers took it upon himself to fire pepper balls at the protesters, and nobody was hit or hurt.
Allegedly.
But my thing is, so why are y'all adding fuel to the fire?
Yeah, why would you be spraying pepper balls, allegedly, officer?
And we're right on the heels of this Roy Oliver case conviction, where everybody feels like he didn't get enough time. So
right.
people are already heated in the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And how long ago was it with the other young man who the police gunned down?
Or Jordan Edwards?
No, before him, the one where
A week
they
ago
started
in
the
Fort
whole-
Worth? Are you talking about
in
where the guy
Arlington.
was driving off? Arlington, I'm sorry. He was driving off.
And,
That was like a week before this.
and he fired 5 rounds into the car for
It's
no
the same
reason.
story.
Not over no weed. Like, I
Same
just,
story.
what I'm trying to realize, I guess I need to just come to terms with the fact that black skin is going to forever be criminalized.
Why are
right?
y'all so trigger happy though? Why are y'all so quick? If you are paid
It's
to
fear.
protect and serve, why are you so afraid? Because I was asked today by a popo who pulled me over, do you have a weapon? No, homeboy, I don't have a weapon. But why is that your first question?
Well, because police, like
Is
I
that
said, police
typical?
culture.
Is that a typical
Well,
question?
he pulled
Like,
me over for a DWB.
driving while playing.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes. And I mean, I'm not, I'm not understanding
I got
any of what's going on right now. And it's like, are we supposed to live in fear, or are we supposed to
Yes.
shoot first and answer questions later? Because that's what they're doing.
I think
I'm not suggesting
you
anybody
go
do
to,
that.
I
but
think you go up under the jail for that. So
course.
right. So
But that's the problem right there that I have with this whole case. That
had the
somebody
situation
else
been reversed.
can shoot, yes, somebody else
had
can
he
shoot.
shot her for walking up in his apartment,
Right.
Right, stay
It would,
your
he would
ground.
be in jail right now.
Completely different situation.
If
It
you
would be
guys
no
want to comment,
manslaughter.
y'all can call up here.
Call us, guys.
Talk to us about
281-330-80.
That is
not our number.
That is Mike Jones' number. He does not answer anymore.
You got
don't.
me with that again.
I don't know. I didn't call it. I'm just
Jansen,
telling him
what's
not
the
to call.
number? Because I never know it because I get
The
a fake
phone
one.
number.
Jansen's-
to
It's
Dallas.
469-708-8609. It's scrolling now at the bottom.
Thank you,
And y'all,
Jansen.
please don't call up here with no more of these stories where they could have been dating. Everybody has debunked that they were
Right.
not
They were
dating.
not
It was not a
together.
crime of
Of
passion.
passion.
And that would have made sense, right? Like, if it was, but I think it's
she
the
was-
So
whole
how did we rule that out?
preposterousness of
Because they're saying that they've never seen them together. In any
I mean,
type
but
of-
booty calls
That
they
don't mean,
usually seen,
especially
though.
they live
I'm
in the
not-
But
same
I'm not
finna
suggesting
feel
that
that.
because I don't feel
I'm not
that
finna get
that's
that
the
no
case
energy.
either, but
Especially
you know,
they
booty
was
calls are
right.
kept
They
on the
was
low.
one floor up
Okay.
under each other.
I can't get it.
I don't think that that's the case. I think she was
'Cause I
mad
know-
because
I know how
she
the
thought he
internet be
was
running with
stomping on
stuff.
her head.
What you say?
And she just
What you say?
She was mad because she thought he was stomping on her head. This is what I tell my kids. If I feel like they're stumping, don't stump on that lady downstairs head because y'all know how she do. She run out
But
the
I
house
don't think
with her
she
flat
killed
booty
him
and start
because I
talking
think she
crazy.
literally-
No, I don't.
I think it was as ridiculous as it sounds, but I think what
I know, which is hard.
But-
So then,
Because-
what do you charge somebody
But here's-
for in that?
But then they're
in
going
that
to try to say it was
situation?
an accident.
What do you charge somebody with then if you believe the story?
I think she should have been charged with murder. But if you were to say that it was manslaughter, and
Hey, Jordan.
manslaughter is recklessness, right? And so you
was
can
reckless.
define it. You can define it that way and say that it's reckless. But I
Why do you
think
think she should be charged with murder?
I didn't. Why do I think she should be charged with murder? Because she walked into his home. Like, you can't expect for you walk into my damn house trying to tell me what to
but
do.
it wasn't intentional.
Which mean it wasn't intentional.
If you look on the
She
floor
didn't
and
go
see a
there
red
to
doormat
kill.
and walk up in somebody's
She didn't go there
house,
to kill
that's
that
trespassing.
She
Number
made
one, though.
a conscious effort to enter his home, even if she mistake. Like, the thing is, I refuse to call the police anymore, right? So
Right.
it was, and I know cops. I have cop friends, and I will go as far as to say that 80% of the police department are decent police officers. I'll go that far and say that. And I'll say the other 20% sketchy, more than sketchy. I'll say that. But where are the good cops right now?
Yeah.
Where they at?
They're not protesting. They're not.
They not
back
speaking.
in the blue.
They not
Cops
speaking.
are
So
the
when
ones that
when
sit
you
by and let things happen.
right, when you go and hide
And
behind the badge and you co-sign this. You give energy to it.
But I
when
think-
when you don't speak up and you don't say anything. Now AJ, I've been seeing him online saying
Yeah,
stuff.
but remember when he was on here, he kind of spoke and was like, you know, it's a fraternity, you know,
Right.
like
Right.
He did say that.
it's a brotherhood.
Right, and where was the
sisterhood type.
brotherhood when old dude killed the
Was that in New
Australian
York?
girl? I think it was in Minnesota. He killed the Australian
And he
girl,
was startled.
and they locked his ass up.
They sure did. They didn't back
Wasn't
that
no
blue 'cause he
fraternal
was
order
black.
then?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Your
It's out the
blue
window
ain't
at that point.
backed if you black. That's what that was.
That's why we
I
need
couldn't
to go
even get it out.
get money from the central bank.
Hey, JoJo said she could have
Nigeria.
de-escalated an unarmed man in his drawers if she wanted to.
So-
here's the thing: when you walked in, you
But
saw
it
the
was
door
dark.
was ajar, but it don't tell you
Right.
if you gonna go
Allegedly.
in there, Amber. Why wouldn't you flip the light on first? If you're saying the door was ajar to my apartment,
I
thought a burglar was in there,
maybe-
but you still walked up in the apartment with the lights off because she just apparently is a extra for I know what you did last summer.
It's horrible, but I
horror
do
movie
think
Floyd says
actions.
it's a total cover up. It's obviously, and I
Yes,
think
Floyd.
what was happening at the end of the day, if everything she said was true, you still walked into somebody's house and killed them, and that's why you should be charged with murder.
You did
Because if I were to accidentally walk into Kamiko's house and say "damn" and not hit the light switch, think I'm at the right house, I'm drunk, whatever, and I walk up to the house
And you
and I
trying to
think
stand
it's my
your
house,
ground.
right? And I shoot and I kill her. Nobody's gonna take into consideration that
you worked the 15 hours.
that I worked the fit that I'm
Right.
tired.
And
So
I'm
you're
saying
just,
that you're
so
a
Treya,
good
you're just
now
like
they will have
acting
to-
basic for what it is.
If I'm
in the
tired
situation.
and I'm driving while tired and I hit
And you
her
hit-
car and
and-
I kill her,
That's negligence,
I'm
and you
getting
going to
charged.
jail.
That's manslaughter though, right?
yes, it could be vehicular homicide. It could be
Right,
anything.
but and then they're gonna consider it negligence because you knew you were tired and
Right.
you got behind the wheel.
So
So-
it's about accountability and about transparency at this juncture, and I feel like somewhere between the Dallas Police Department and the Texas Rangers, for whatever reason, it might be for good reason, it might not be for good reason, that they're withholding information. And there's so many different versions of the story. Dallas Morning News was giving false information. Fox was telling one story.
Why?
NBC was telling another
That's what I
story.
wanna know.
Everybody has all these different
Because
accounts.
now we can't trust the police. We know
You
that they
did- could
will
we
go.
know?
Now, I mean, I didn't trust them yesterday, the day
I'm
before,
saying,
the other
but
day,
with
last
this
month.
case, it's like now we see it. You will go and you will change a complete
Right.
story
So
to make
that's
it
what
fit.
So I feel like everything
But I feel
happened.
like it's
When they trump
with
up those
Jordan
drug
Evans.
charges.
I
They've
know,
been
but I'm saying
changing
this
the
is-
story.
I feel-
It's nothing
But they
new.
so bold with it. They don't even care if it's evident.
we are-
They don't even care if you can see it. They
Like
don't.
Mona
They don't
Scott
care that it's in
in
your face and
reality
it's
TV.
evident. They'll do it anyway
Well,
because
I mean-
they have that type of.
I mean, they sat there and
Power.
choked out Eric Garner right in front of us. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
people don't
Got
care.
acquitted or nothing, and it was on tape
don't
right in
care.
front of us.
Right. They
You
beat
see-
the mess out of Rodney King.
Well,
They did
people
beat him,
yeah.
though.
Can we all just get along?
I wouldn't have
Yes,
said that. I would have said,
nobody,
can y'all leave me
Metro.
alone?
But
Because we need to-
all I want is for accountability to be
Yeah.
had in a situation. And the thing is, in the past two high-profile incidents that this has happened, it has been completely innocent victims.
Right.
When you talk about Jordan Edwards, completely innocent. They couldn't pull up nothing on him if they tried. He didn't even have a referral on him.
Right.
And in this particular case with Botham Jean, he was a model citizen, right? Like everybody loved him. He sang in the church. He ain't had no traffic tickets, no warrants, no nothing. They couldn't criminalize him. And so what do? Who gets the blame when good people die? Who do you blame when good people die? The person that pulls the trigger? Or no, because it was stated.
He got the blame. Remember, he did not follow her verbal commands.
I-
How do you sit your ass
I saw a
and blame
comment.
this man for his death? That's
I
some
saw a
bullshit.
Somebody
comment.
said that.
Excuse my language.
Right, I saw a
Sorry,
comment
Vinny,
on
but
Fox
it is.
News.
That's wrong.
Somebody commented and said that she was
That's what
tired, and if
pisses
he
me
would have
off.
just had his door locked,
You're gonna blame him for
How
his
you
dad.
blame a victim?
That's why I
She was
told y'all these
tired.
people do not care. We should go to Metro. We should get our first commercial break in.
I'm hot. I know y'all hot. So let's see what Metro got for us. 'Cause
Do both.
I'm hot from
this
talking
crying
about
white
this.
girl narrative, like
It's done.
That's
I'm over it.
ridiculous. You already started the commercial.
Go ahead.
It's hot in here. I'm hot. No, I'm hot.
No, but it was a hot guy in there.
Not that kind of hot. We need Metro Men. For all of your air conditioning and heating services, please contact Metro Air Conditioning and Heating Services at 214-948-8888 or visit him on the web at metroacs.com. You can also find him on Facebook at Metro Air Conditioning and Heating Services. He's been in business since 1990, a member of the Better Business Bureau with a AAA rating. And he may not be hot, but he'll make sure that you're not. Now, where's that other guy?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good times.
Is it Christmas yet?
No, it's not, but it's time to start saving for the holidays.
listen. I was just telling them yesterday
I ain't got it.
that,
You ain't got it?
bruh,
Yeah.
Nate,
Well,
Nate, you in a bind?
Nate, I'm in a bind.
No,
well,
not
it
Nate.
is September, and you know, Christmas is right around the corner. I was in the store and I saw the Halloween costumes. I saw the Thanksgiving stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, the holidays.
And you know,
are
as soon
already
as
here.
Halloween is
It just
approaching,
flies by.
it's gonna be
It's
Christmas
17
bowls out
Fridays.
and Christmas trees and
Yes.
Christmas
Listen, when
lights.
Starbucks put out that pumpkin pie spice latte,
I can't stand the smell of that
it's pumpkin
Get your
pie
money
spice
right.
everything.
holidays.
Yes. So, in light of the holidays approaching, I wanted to give you all some holiday savings tips
Yes, I need them.
so that we can start thinking about it early. I know it's kind of
Yes.
scary, and most people are like, "Oh, it's already here," or "I'm not ready." But I think if you plan properly, then you can prevent overspending. So that's
I forgot Benny was in here. I'm finna say F them kids. I didn't mean it though.
He done got Wi-Fi.
And it's not saying you have to go all out, you know, but so my first tip is start saving early. So we're in September.
Shouldn't we have already been saving?
You should have already been
We should have been
saving.
doing the $5 savings
But-
plan.
You still have time.
But you still have time. So we should all know what our discretionary income is, you know, like what little bit we have left over. So it's not to say that you need a whole bunch of dollars, but start saving early. And then the second tip is to set a budget. So if your budget is like $500, $300, having a number
kid?
in
I
mind.
had too many kids.
Y'all better sure.
But put something in mind, like have a budget overall. So that will include like holiday parties, or I don't know if you do like elephant gifts at work or
Are
something
you
like
talking about
that.
budget for other people?
Your holiday
The whole
That's
thing.
why I work from home, so I ain't gotta be
thinking about
buying
these
nobody
kids and
nothing.
it be wearing me down. You want me to think about some other people?
Danny said you can put your stuff on layaway. I did see when I was at the
You
register, they got it
can.
right now at Walmart
Yes.
till December 13th.
Yes, you can. So if you have a budget, you have to think about if y'all do the gifts exchanges at
You right,
work
you
or in
right.
your family. I know some families do it
You
or
right.
whatever. So you're thinking about your whole budget, not just your kids and your husband and all your family members,
They ain't
but
got no-
I think
our boyfriends. Or,
I think if
How long you got to be dating before you can get your
Right,
boyfriend?
that's important.
Y'all ain't getting me in trouble.
Before you put him in
but
the
I,
budget.
I think if you're together and you're a couple and you have kids, I think your gifts can wait.
Oh, I think that's
What?
a good idea too.
I think your gifts can wait because I mean Christmas
get
is
gifts
for
all the
kids.
time.
Yeah.
Christmas ain't for adults.
Girl, if my daddy is watching, Christmas is for this
listen to
adult.
Drake.
Don't forget it. Don't forget me on
You like,
Christmas,
put me in
Daddy.
that budget,
How could you
Daddy.
dare say that?
You should have saw her face.
Why she mad though?
I I am.
You're like, put me
But
in
I'm
the
saying,
bus.
like, ultimately, Christmas is for children. Like,
Okay.
they don't understand money and budgets and stuff. I mean, even if they do or don't believe in
kid
Santa
at
Claus,
heart.
like
And
they
it's so
just want
great.
what they want. Like, it
when you
means
have
more to
small
them.
kids, it's so much fun because you can like
You can
go
buy them, like, a-
dollar store and stuff, just anything. You
What
can
they
go
got at
real
the
real
dollar
cheap.
store?
Like they have little
Hot
dolls.
Wheels.
You go to,
and
like,
Hot
Five
Wheels.
Below.
Girl, my son,
Bath
My
my
kids
kids
like
like
5 and Below though.
Yes.
I just buy them the gift cards. Now they be like, Mom, just buy us some gift cards.
You lucky.
they
Girl,
don't
my
really care about
7-year-old,
gifts like
he's
that.
having a birthday party this Sunday. Sorry,
when I'm working
and
I
he's
can't come.
and he told me, Mama, all I want is gift cards. I'm like a 7-year-old.
because they
Yes,
want to be able to get the stuff they want to get, and if you got
Did y'all
kids
ever
play
spend gift
Fortnite-
cards though? I feel like I never spend gift
My
cards.
kids
when
always
I get
spend
them.
all their
Girl.
gift
Cause
cards.
I
What do you
always
do with
forget.
them?
I
It
don't
depends
know.
on
They
where
be,
it's
you
to.
know,
Where are they?
You give me an
Where's this
Amazon gift
treasure?
card, it's getting spent.
Nike, Xbox. I mean, it depends on the age of the kids, but because my kids are 12
Sephora.
and up, they like the gift cards now. But they still
Yeah.
do like to open gifts. So I kind of try to balance between.
And I like gift cards too, but I'm the one at Target that's checking out and be like, I got a Target gift card, but it's at home and I don't got it. I
Leave
treasure.
all that
Me and
stuff
gift
in
There's a
cards
treasure
out.
at Chase now.
But they have gift card exchange that you can
they
do
do.
online.
They do that you can sell and get cash for it, or if you want
Yeah.
to exchange it.
I don't know. I don't
Stan,
don't
we're
even.
not
I just want
cash-apping
Christmas
you
to just
anything.
go away.
Yeah. And I don't
Just
know how
bypass
grand
it.
your kids are,
Well,
but
you can become a witness, and then you won't have to celebrate no holidays, but you will be door knocking.
and then too, you can start
Jehovah's
picking up
Witness.
extra gigs. Like if you're in a position where you're like, okay, I don't have that much leverage, you can
Amazon
do
has
Uber.
delivery.
You have Amazon delivery, DoorDash, Postmates, Lyft. Like all of those are really good. And I know DoorDash, they can pay you like
What
same
can you
day.
do while you at home?
While you're at home?
No, I don't want to go nowhere.
Babysit, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, you like to cook though? You can start slinging plates.
No,
Uh-huh.
people get shut down and all kind of stuff. For that.
Come on, give us some
Sell
fish
cookies
plates.
or something.
Red
So,
velvet.
just do
cookies.
yeah, cookies.
Yeah.
They always sell like this. I
some
know I
slices.
Contraband
Okay.
cookies.
But make sure you have registered your business, so Molly and them don't report you.
I ain't got that problem. I don't feel with nobody report me.
Barbecue Becky,
Yes, permit patty.
Permit Patty, all of them, Molly.
And the next thing you want to do is make a shopping list. You know how we were younger and we would ask our kids, make your Christmas list or whatever.
Right.
So you can already get an idea of what your kids want.
What they ain't gonna
and you can
get.
start pricing those things early and do layaways at some places as well. So I think that helps. Like, you ain't getting everything on the
Do
list.
y'all
but-
implement the if you don't deserve nothing, you don't get nothing policy? My kids have gotten cold before. One time, one of my kids got Beats by Dre. Some
The
actual beats.
What?
A can of beets.
A jar of
I'm
beats.
done.
And then
Y'all.
I got my
You
son
put
an
By Dre?
iPhone, and I got the iPhone box, and I put those little.
You didn't get them nothing at all.
I got them some stuff, but the main things that they wanted that they didn't deserve, I got them gag gifts, and they were like,
That's
"Oh my
hilarious.
goodness!"
And you know what? I got to
You
be
would do
honest.
something
I
like
don't
that.
They not gonna
really
take care of me.
shop for
I got pictures. I'm gonna have to send them
on
to y'all.
Christmas like everybody else does. Me and his dad, we typically don't shop for him for Christmas.
What you mean?
We whatever he gets from other people, that's what he gets. Like, we don't really buy him anything.
So why you trying to get us to buy stuff?
Well, because if y'all used to buying things, you just say
You trying to save your money
We
and get us to
see
spend
what kind
around?
of person you are. Spend y'all money, but I'm gonna have mine for me.
A lot of people have gotten out of. I mean, when we were younger, it seemed like Christmas was like a big thing.
Yeah.
But it seems
Because
like
we
the
used to
older
get like
that-
the Toys R Us catalog. You be more I'm on
right
this,
this circle, this
I
and this
still
and
do that.
race.
What
and then
y'all
you get
talking
the
about?
you get the East Bay come in
Right.
for December. You circle.
Oh, I remember
all
that
the
Easy
cake
Bake.
recipes, all the.
So when y'all were
still
younger,
do
what
that.
was your favorite Christmas gift that you got?
When we were younger,
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas gift.
Mine was the Easy Bake Oven.
my daddy
Oh,
got
I
me.
love
a-
my Easy Bake Oven too.
I cooked a brownie in it
Yes.
and burnt that.
And that was your did you keep cooking?
I never learned how.
My daddy got me a red Ferrari Power Wheel when I was, and I remember it. And
If you had a Power Wheel, you was all that.
No,
Right.
because this is when I realized that Santa Claus wasn't real, right? So my dad didn't even wait till I was sleep good. So I hear him struggling, trying to pull the Power Wheel out the box, and he walks right by my room, and I see the red car going up, and I was like, "Damn, ain't no Santa Claus." And that was it. I was happy I was getting the Power Wheel.
My brother
but-
told
Zelda
me.
said a Sega was his
Oh,
favorite gift.
Sega.
How
Yeah.
does Vinny feel about?
Well, he gets gifts from everyone. So it's like my mom, my sisters, his
Does he
godparents,
think
my
Santa's
friends.
coming down the Christmas tree?
He's a gift taker?
No, he doesn't believe in none of that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. So we're free to talk about it. My brother told me. He said he read it in the encyclopedia that Santa Claus died a long time ago, and Santa Claus isn't real. We were in Arkansas. It was my brother that lived in Brinkley. And I used to go down there. I looked up to him, and I enjoyed Christmas down there with my family. I felt like Santa Claus was coming through the front door if it wasn't a fireplace.
Right.
Like he finding a way to get in.
Right.
And he bust my dreams, girl. And ever since then, once I found out that Santa Claus wasn't real, the gifts start decreasing. The amount of gifts that they happen to you.
Damn.
Girl, you
No.
no, like I believe.
When I had my baby, I had Madison when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wrap after that. Do you hear me?
I know, like,
I mean, I got your kids something.
No, I'm not quite taking that, mom and dad, ever.
I mean, I might get like a gift card or a griddle.
I'm just showing my
or,
bradness.
You know, something, but it ain't what it was.
I expect my care package for Christmas. I'm
You a
not gonna
brat.
front. Yes, I am. Daddy, I don't even got to tell my mama. 'cause she
Celicia
good.
said I loved all my gifts.
Right.
and my last one is, what was your gift? Your favorite?
My favorite gift was the Barbie
Dream House.
I had it was like
I did not
No
play with
Barbie
dolls like
dolls.
that.
My
I
cousin
had,
had
oh
that.
my god, I had all the Barbie.
You did?
Anything that Barbie came out with, my mom and dad hooked me up. I had the
parents
boat,
was
the
breeding me to be a
Jeep, the
dang
Jeep, the
tomboy.
Corvette.
I got basketball, roller skates.
the pool.
I
that
had
Barbie could
encyclopedias.
sit in. Oh my god, I had everything.
I had all the little laptops
Yeah,
that
the
you could
size.
get.
Oh, that's what you had.
those
Yeah.
You look like you
I
got
had
that.
some
When we were in middle school.
Ain't this a bitch? You look like you.
In middle school,
You didn't have no
remember,
real
'cause Drea
toys.
was
getting
very
encyclopedias.
astute about her education.
Like, my
What
mama
about
had her
you,
foot in
Lisa?
my
What was your
ass. That's what
favorite
it
gift?
I
was.
just said I ain't have no favorite because they
Some
was giving me
Jordans.
basketball. Girl, that was a given. That's so it wasn't even like a favorite gift. I don't really recall because I was a brat.
Pizza.
So I wasn't getting pizza like that.
Have you
back
always
then.
loved pizza? This
I actually have. I'm
What's
like
the story?
that's
Did you
cool.
not eat pizza when you was little? They banned pizza from
'cause
you. And
we
you was
would
like,
go
when I
to
get grown, I'm gonna eat
DZ,
all the goddamn
Discovery
pizza.
Zone, and we get pizza there. No, I've actually, when I look back in pictures, like family
Do y'all
pictures,
see this
birthday
pizza
parties.
shirt? Where do you acquire this apparel?
she has one for every day of the week too.
Like, she has different colors.
she's modeling it.
It's what I'm wearing. But no, I got good gifts. I got not so good gifts, but that's okay, mama and daddy, because I know y'all been stepping it up since I've been an
You've been
adult.
making up for it.
Yeah, they have been. But I don't have like one that I could really think of. I know the Sega we had to share it, and I didn't like to share.
like to
So
share.
You know, it'd be a good gift from your mate
What?
if they like covered your half of the bills.
I
keep
got
all my
you,
money.
boo. I
Yeah.
got you.
Just 1 month. Just 1 month. I don't want.
But my last tip is just be thoughtful. Like, the whole point of Christmas and the holidays is giving. So, it's the thought that counts. Like,
Ooh, or
don't
handmade gifts.
Yes, handmade gifts.
Pinterest
So-
is the bomb.
they not gonna like no
Stuff like
handmade
that.
gift from me. I'm not crafty.
Year is the bomb.
I
I'm not
appreciate it.
crafty at
One year
all.
I made all of my friends. I went and I ordered some tins, and then I made them all like different kinds of cookies. I had like brownies and chocolate chip cookies, snickerdoodles and stuff like that. And then they
So
tore
you
that
can
shit
sell
up.
that, Drea.
Oh, Stanton
She always
did want
trying
to
to
know
make
about
some
meal
money.
prep. Stanton wants to know about meal prep, so he wants to know how much. I'm her booker.
Who doing meal-
Stanton, and I will let you,
You don't
know.
want no slave food meal prep.
I will let you know
meal
how
prep
much she is
by
going to
Drea.
be charging you, Stanton.
You ain't gonna lose no damn weight. Grease and flour.
But you will have itis.
Right.
With them black eyed peas and the cornbread.
Oh man.
I'm waiting on that.
So, yeah, y'all, get
Well,
those budgets together
Okay.
and start saving for the holidays.
And next year, if you can do it earlier.
Yeah,
Start
start in
before.
January.
Start in
and
January.
then you know, $5 a week or
Since
something.
that just ain't that serious to me no more.
I mean, I think that we should kind of balance it out between
'Cause
gift
people
giving. I
literally
act like
go
a brat, and
broke.
I am spoiled. However, I like to give more than I like to receive.
Me too, me
Actually,
too.
I'm a brat, but I do love to put a smile on people's faces and make them feel special. And
Yeah.
it always is important to me, like, because my parents, they do still spoil me, so I always try to go above and beyond for their gift. And like, I think their gifts is way more important than my kids' gifts. And I do
see, that's what I think
Right.
with Vincent. It's like, that's what I try to instill with him. Like, we'll do things like go feed the homeless. Like, we'll do a lot of giving stuff. So I don't even know if he realizes, like, we didn't buy you nothing last year.
And then when they get so much, if they get so much throughout the year, then it kind of
Yes,
balances
it
out. And you don't
does.
want your kids to be like, okay, well, I'm just waiting on Christmas because I
Yeah.
know she finna ball out, and then
Well-
January you be broke.
What
Exactly.
we do,
Don't
what
go
we have
broke
done
this
with
season.
Madison, because she's 14 now, she's about to be 15, is that, and she understands money and how much
Oh,
things
that's so
cost. And
good.
so we just set her a budget and say, this is how much we're going to spend. What do you want?
Yeah.
That falls in that price range. Because you know, when they get that age, you can't just go buy them nothing. Because they
Yeah.
ain't going to like it. And
Yeah.
if you give them a gift card, they're going to feel like you ain't being personal enough. So this is your budget. What
That's
do
a
you
good
want?
one.
And then that's it. And
That's a
then, you
good
know,
tip.
we'll get stocking stuffers
Yeah.
after
Right.
that, you know, and little stuff. But
The stocking stuffers are so fun. Like, you
Right.
can get real creative and just get, like, some nice, cute trinkets and fun things to put in the stocking.
Especially while your kids are still young.
Yeah.
But even if they're not, because you can still do like, you know,
Headphones.
girly
Oh, yeah.
stuff,
Stuff like that.
headphones. I do
Nail polish. I
the
don't have-
Christmas Eve gift every year
Kinda
with the
loves nail
pajamas, a Christmas movie, and like little snacks. And my kids, even though they're teenagers and a tween,
I just don't
they
feel
they
like
really
it this
love
year.
that. They
Yeah.
look, if it's not there, they already know. Now that's the one gift they be like, okay, can we open our Christmas
The
Eve gift?
pajamas.
We ain't opened it yet. And I'm like,
Yeah.
good. That makes me feel good that they're excited about.
We should
that
have a
gift.
Christmas show where we show up in our pajamas and then open
I
up
have
gifts.
pajamas. I love pajamas. And open up, and we should do a gift exchange.
We should.
We're gonna have a
We
tree.
should. So, see?
We can get a
You
tree.
were talking about the budget. Now you got to include us in your budget.
Oh, yeah,
for the
yeah.
gift exchange.
I don't
Nike
know.
gift
We have
cards
to do
from
a
Colin
$10
Kaepernick.
budget.
He didn't tell us that.
$10
No,
cap.
what
happened?
about those Nike gift cards they be posting on Facebook?
Y'all,
Do
can
people
we-
Those
ever
were
do
fake. I heard
those?
those weren't real.
Can we
I
talk
don't
about
think
this
so.
whole Nike situation? Did we talk about this the last show?
Yeah, we did, but
We
we
did talk
can
about-
we can.
But it's
go back
9/11.
to
We
it.
have not mentioned
Oh, yeah,
9/11. And we have not mentioned it. It's Bay Day.
It is. And
Bay or B.
and half of
Bay.
our audience
BEY.
is
Bay,
at
Bay,
the
yeah.
American Airlines Center right now getting all their
y'all.
life.
I'm not
um,
there because Drea didn't teach me how to properly eat the ribs.
She
You
could
know
have had a
what?
ticket.
You could have had your ticket, but since you was bush. But yeah, so everybody is at the Beyonce concert, and I'm really nervous about the Houston concert this weekend because I'm scared they're gonna be flooded out.
They're
But
already
'Cause it's
flooded.
gonna be
I just
live
I
in
just
Houston.
wanna be great.
Stay safe, Houston.
They already
people.
flooded.
I bought
She
new
already-
hair.
She already
Floyd.
put us in on what she gonna be with.
Floyd is in Houston. Let me ask him, Floyd, what it look like in
fly,
Houston
and it's
right
not
now.
gonna be cute in the rain.
Right. I was literally looking for a raincoat. I was looking for like a real cute raincoat.
It's always
To put up
raining
my
here.
ass-
Go get you a raincoat and some stilettos.
I can't get my wig wet. I just bought that
And it's
wig.
cute, too.
I'm ready to put my red hair on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's Beyonce is here. So hopefully
Well, she's not in this building, but she in Dallas Fort Worth.
At the American Airlines.
at the American Airlines Center.
Nuh-uh, she's at
Her-
Jerry's World. Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's at AT&T. I'm
I was
sorry.
at AT&T.
Yeah.
Her and Jay-Z.
Oh,
I've
it
been noticing that we've been talking about this concert like it's just Beyonce. It's on the run tour. Jay-Z is there too.
No, it's King B.
You guys, Jay-Z is there too.
No,
It's half and half.
he's in
Oh,
the shadow.
Floyd said raining, not flooding.
He's like
Yes.
a guest.
Okay.
Thank you, Floyd.
Thank you.
That's my homeboy from high school, y'all. He went to the Lincoln High School. That's my buddy.
I hate that she feels
But,
needs to mention her school.
So you wanted
Every
to talk
show.
about
Every show.
9/11. While we leaving, I don't know where. Well, I know that I was at Skyline. It was my senior year of high school. I was
Was it?
riding. It was my
That was our
senior
senior
year.
year.
it was 2002.
It was
11.
2000.
It was 2001. I had a 2 month old.
It was 2001, but we were going into 2002, which was the year that we
Okay,
graduated.
I was like, so when did y'all graduate? 'Cause-
But I was riding to school with my mom, and I think on the radio we heard about the first one, and then by the time I got out and got in class, and I sat in the car for a minute with my mom, just like, oh my God, and then she was like, okay, get out, go into class, and by the time I got into class, they were already showing that another one had went through the buildings. And when we went to New York, we didn't get an opportunity to go and
to
see
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero. But I kind of wanted to see it because my mom was working for the government. So that Friday, previous to it happening, she had just left the World Trade Center.
Wow.
She had just left New York.
wow.
She had just left, the whole scene.
Yeah,
It could have
yeah.
happened a few days earlier and she would have been there. So
Wow.
and I think a
that could
lot
have been a big change in my
with the
Wow.
with the
That would
9/11.
have.
What doesn't get discussed is the fourth plane that the passengers took over and crashed.
That's the
Right.
plane where there was a lot of black people on it, and it was like, we ain't playing that.
So there was that, and then also
Why I
how
gotta
many
iterate
people
that?
died afterwards from cancer, from like breathing in like all the debris.
really?
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot of people that died from inhalation
I didn't know that.
of all of the debris that was in the air. Yeah, it was cancer. Yeah, I mean it was like a lot of people that passed away from that, and that doesn't get talked about. So
I know that it affected a lot of people that were leaving out of
a labyrinth is a maze,
with
Zelton.
our age, because a lot of those people got put into active, duty,
Right.
and the military had been not so active
Mm-hmm.
previous
Yeah.
to that. So a lot of people, we lost a lot of people in that fight too.
That was some-
later turned out to not even be something that we should have even
Shout
been
out to W.
involved in. Or not.
Oh, in the
This
search
was-
of weapons of mass
Wasn't this
destruction that
George
didn't even
Bush when it
exist.
happened? He was, or was that Hurricane Katrina when he was reading a book upside down?
I'm not sure,
fool.
but we
I
definitely
mean,
wasted a lot
man.
of money searching for weapons of mass destruction.
Ironically, when that happened, I was in Coach Mayo's class, history class, and we were watching history on the TV. It was so crazy. Like, I'll never forget that. And we were all just looking up.
The
like,
whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in health class, I think. I was in some kind of class. We was like working with petri dishes and stuff, and so we
heck?
had the TV. No petri dishes,
Lab.
like lab
Like
work.
the lab.
I'm thinking
Homemade.
She said peaches.
Petri. But
Excuse
we were working
Showing my
on that, and then that we have the TVs up, and they play like the announcements that go all day long. What's going on in the school, and so it just cut to the news, and everybody was like, "What's going on?" And then you saw them replay the first plane, and then the second one, and it was like, "What in the hell?" And this was like, this is when violence was just starting to gain momentum, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when it had the shooter, the school shooter with the trench coat.
Oh,
That was
Was
around the same
Columbine?
time.
Columbine. That was around that time. as
It was a
well.
lot going on.
It was, but I mean, like that was new. That was
Right.
something that was uncharted territory, and so it kind of like set the tone for what was to come later on.
wow.
Yeah,
With
I
the
think
birth
that-
of the
I
internet.
skipped
I think
school
that
that
those
day.
terrorist attacks led to a lot of people over in America thinking that they could do
Right.
outlandish and crazy things like school shootings
Right.
and all that. It just made it more of a option. It made it more feasible.
That's what Pam
when
Lee said.
somebody-
It's a moving experience to go see the memorial.
Yeah,
I
Jay
can't
and I
go see
went
the memorial. I just the
3
more
times,
morbidity.
Jay.
Like I can't, because I know I'm gonna fall apart. When I went to the African American Museum in DC,
DC, how was it?
I was boo hooing.
Yeah.
At the
That's a
Yes,
totally
because I mean
different
they have the
thing.
baby shackles, they have the adult shackles, they have the bill where they're selling
Yeah, I
the
did
slaves,
that.
and you get to read it, and
Yeah.
it is just
to know that
so gut
somebody
wrenching
had
to know
live that life.
that somebody lived that life, but that we ain't so far removed from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that
All we don't
that we
have is
can't
the
trace our
chains,
lineage
the
because of
physical.
it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
And so it was really, really heart wrenching to be there and to witness that. Those baby shackles took me out because it was like
Yeah.
infant
I
shackles.
couldn't-
Like, why do you have to shackle an
A
infant?
little
They can't
baby.
even move.
Right, right.
Well, Jada and I, we went to the memorial, the 9/11 memorial, and it was like just so many people there. Just and it was, you could definitely tell it was somber. It was hard to kind of like just want to smile for the pictures, and then the little memorial with the waterfall. It was pretty, but it's like, you know what it symbolizes, so you can't even say, oh, this is beautiful, because you know what it symbolizes.
Right.
But for me, 9/11, I didn't technically intentionally skip school, like I was hanging out. I was on the 445 Illinois bus going to South Dallas, going to school from Oak Cliff, because that was my little meeting point where my mom would drop me off. You know, when she started making me ride the bus. But at any rate, no, I didn't even know what riding buses was about until, you know, I got pregnant or whatever as a teen. But at any rate, shout out to my mama for making me ride the bus. But I was on the bus, and they made the announcement that a plane had hit. The bus? Yeah, because the bus driver, I was sitting on the front of the bus, and the bus driver was listening to the radio, and I was like, what? So I immediately got off the bus. I called my mom on the payphone. She didn't answer. I was like paranoid. And I got on the other bus to go back home. Guys, I was downtown. Birds were flying over my head. I think people probably thought I was crazy because I was ducking.
Because scared. That's going to stop a plane.
I was scared though. Shut up. I thought it was gonna do something. But I went home. I didn't even go to school that day because I was like that paranoid, like, what is going on? It's gonna happen here or something. No. So I wasn't skipping school having a good time. I had already did that 9, 10, 11 months prior.
Before the baby.
Right.
But we are grateful that nothing like that has ever happened again. Although Trump has done some real super extra shit about the Muslims, Muslim countries being able to come over, despite the domestic terrorism problem that we have here on our own soil. But I ain't gonna speak on it because I'm about tired of the negativity. We're going to have to do a positive show with nothing but positive. I saw you posted something about a girl, she graduated from high school and she just got her PhD and she's only 23.
Only 23, yes. 23 now, PhD. It's on my page, guys, who are my Facebook friends. Don't
Who's she allows to be
request
her
me up through this
a black girl, 23.
Yeah, she is. And I thought that was excellent. I'm going to tell the truth. I have not read the story yet because I like to just reshare positive things and then I'll come back to it and read it when I get a chance. What did you say?
I got to vet it. I got to make sure it's real.
It's real.
You ain't going to post no fake news.
I try not to post fake news. And if I find out it is fake news, then I'll go back and delete it. But I'm sure her story is real because some other people read it and said congratulations to her. So,
but that's awesome.
That's a good thing.
So yes, we got some money with black
Christmas
people on
shopping
it.
From
and
the
this is our
Nigeria.
gift from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Princess of Zamunda.
This is Dr. Namadi.
Yes, Shay brought us this back from Africa, and this is really dope. I'm a frame it because we don't get black people on money. They said something. What happened to the Harriet Tubman money?
I Africa yet, so this
I know.
like
Whatever
happened to
y'all? What happened to the Harriet Tubman money?
Thank y'all for tuning in. We want to know.
They won't let us have shit.
They won't let us have the Harriet Tubman money.
But
we should all visit Africa at least once, y'all.
How many shots do you have to get beforehand?
You have to get 2, so it's
that's not that many. Why did they had me thinking you had to get a lot of
let me
them?
tell you.
Take shots.
Yes.
Let me tell you. You got to get a visa to enter Africa. You have to
not a visa like a MasterCard. A visa.
Your passport.
No, you have to have a visa.
You have to apply for a visa.
Oh, what is that process like? Is
you
it
just
similar
go
to a passport?
Hey, Micah.
The online embassy portal and fill out the application. Now you do have to submit a lot. You have to submit like your bank statement.
Did you have to do an interview?
Bank statement?
No,
okay.
You gotta send your bank statement.
You gotta submit your bank statements.
What's
you have to do a biometric screen.
They trying to make sure you ain't.
They trying to make sure if you're coming over, like
that you coming back.
Yeah, you have enough money to sustain yourself while you're there and to come back. And then you gotta submit 2 passport
they don't want you to
photos.
get stuck in Africa.
You
don't want to get stuck in
stay.
Africa.
Well, you can't, but they won't allow you to do an international flight without a return flight out of the U.S.
Right.
But I'm going to tell y'all, when I got there, it was like everybody black. I know this is kind of weird, but it was like everybody black every day.
I would die.
Exactly.
I would have been
why
like,
I was just It just feels so surreal.
I probably would
you know,
learn
like
how
you
to
can go
dance.
to the hood,
Like,
and
get
you
your
can
light
chill
skin
out
ass
with
out of
your
here.
friends, but everywhere you go, and it's not like you have to worry about how am I acting, am I poised, am I
Right.
not this, do I have to
Right.
conform? You just be,
Right.
and you just are,
That's dope.
and so
That's
yeah,
how I
it's
felt
so
when we went to
beautiful.
Harlem. Like, it was so weird because, you know, Dallas is such a multicultural city, and you mostly see like groups of white people migrating, right? For the most part. But like in Harlem, it was like nothing but black people. I was just standing on the corner like, look at everybody. Look at them with their black asses. I was so happy to be there and to see all the black people. It was so wonderful. I want to go back to Harlem. It was blackity black.
I want to go back to
I do.
I feel you.
I felt like I belonged.
You do.
I did.
I was like,
The homeless
belong
people,
here.
everybody was black.
and everybody like, you are so
Migraine.
beautiful.
Someone
Like, you're so
said
beautiful.
it's
And there's so many different shades of us. And everybody's like,
See,
oh, you're
see, I
beautiful.
can make it.
You're beautiful, you know.
No, but you
So-
said
Oh,
like,
It's surreal.
Oh, because I'm light skinned?
no, you said me. They would tell me go back home. She said it was so many different shades.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why
It
we have
is.
that idea in our heads that it's just black.
And then the women are
black
so
people.
strong there. Like, I saw women walking with like so much stuff carrying on their heads, and then they would have a baby
Micah,
wrapped
interview
around their
why?
back, and they just good. Like the one lady who was braiding hair, she had a baby wrapped around her back and just
Girl, they
braiding.
do that now.
But I'm just like,
Yeah, Kiki
Are
do
the
that
people really-
in
are the
one
people
time.
Then a girl that braided my hair, she
No,
threw her
they
baby
are
on her back, was
friendly.
feeding
They
her
are?
baby,
Yeah.
and was braiding
And
my hair.
how were the accommodations like where you were?
oh,
there
so electricity, you don't really have that like a full 24 hours of the day. So you have to appreciate some things that we do have, because the village that I was in, they had electricity like 23 hours out the day. So,
That's not bad.
and then you have to boil your hot water. So it's, you know,
It's some things, but you can.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
okay.
you can
let's all
adjust.
visit the
you
motherland.
can adjust. Yeah.
I got my bread.
Well,
so
thank
I
y'all for
go.
watching.
It's been another great week.
Thank y'all for
Appreciate
tuning
you all.
in.
next
All right. See y'all
and
next time.
commenting
Peace.
and not making it to the On the Run tour. Oh my gosh.